Hello everybody, Raptor King of the West here, and today we are back in Minecraft Dinosaurs. And today, I would like to start this video by getting sidetracked. But first, we're gonna go name some dinosaurs. That is... I was thinking about the intro before I recorded it. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be getting sidetracked very early on in the video. Let's just open it like that. And I did not think about how that would sound. Because I am immediately going and doing something other than the sidetracking that I was referencing. I am starving to death. Unimportant. We will be getting to that very soon. Also, yes, I've been working on this path. It's getting a little bit better. I want to get some tire treads going down, and I still need to do this. And I explored a bit off camera. If we actually look at my map here, I went pretty far. And we have a couple of, yep, frogs. There we go. We'll get to that in a second. Strange Generation, and then Strange World Generation and Strange Village. Those are what we're going to look at a bit today. Just because it's really cool and really weird. And if I was in, like, one of those creepypasta seeds for Minecraft, I totally would be going to town on, like, talking about those like it's some sort of conspiracy. Because that's a lot of fun to do. Those I did the orphanage seed, but I did that one very briefly because that one just wasn't super interesting. Even like the story behind it is just you hear weird noises. That one's boring. And then I did the Saturn seed, and that one was a lot of fun. So I've done 2 of those before, and I think maybe in the future I wouldn't be against doing more of those sorts of things. I don't know, though. But if we were in one of those seeds, I would absolutely be, like, doing all that sort of playing it up, playing my part of, like, the investigator, that sort of stuff. Anyway, Sam, pleasure to meet you. And over here, we have our other Stegosaurus, currently unnamed. Now, Dean. Yep, these are more nerdy names. I've made the mistake of going full tilt into nerdy names. For those of you who don't know, Sam and Dean are brothers and the main characters in Supernatural. The only reason I explain that is because I do not know how old my audience is. I have no clue. So I explain a little bit. I gotta make sure that the background information is there for my younger viewers and my older viewers who maybe don't know what I'm talking about. Now, yeah, I did some exploring off camera. I found some mangrove propagules. We have cherry wood, if I can get inside to show you. And then we're going to take a quick detour to our basement. There we go. Cherry. And what chest is this chest? You can see I have more frog lights. And you may have noticed that there are some frogs outside. Look at this. We got the lights. I need to figure out where I'm going to put one over here. Sort of an awkward area for it. I might just do 1, 1, and 1, like that. I don't know. But that is because I did off camera. For some reason, I was efficient off camera today. I don't know. I meant to teleport to the portal. I didn't even know that you could. Well, I did know that you could. I didn't know that I had that enabled. I thought that was a setting. Okay. I got my frogs. Let's address this first. I got my frogs, and we got... Where is it? We got some achievements for this. Where are they? Husbandry. Here we go. Get each frog variant on a league when the squad hops into town. Have all frog lights in your inventory with our powers combined. So these guys have been getting me all of my frog lights. Yeah, I've done this in other worlds, right? I've used this feature. For some reason, I thought that was connected to a, that was connected to a config setting that had to be enabled. I didn't think... I mean, like, muscle memory, obviously. My bad. I'll try not to do that in the future. And then where do I want to go after this? We're going to do this in the order that I discovered it. We're going to do this in the order that I discovered it. Because I was exploring, as I said. That over there is our cherry grove. You can see it. Right? Okay. So I'm over here. We're actually going to walk through this exactly as it happened. Because I was looking around swamps for frogs and hopefully mangrove wood or propagules. So I was over here. Right? I had collected a tree and some flowers. So I started walking this way, just thinking, oh, I'll go a random direction to try and find things. That is what I noticed first. Okay, is that we have this weird floating island with paths on it, and I thought that was strange, and then, oh, there's a couple more, and there was this. This is not normal. Minecraft Generation shouldn't allow this to happen. They, like, fully, when they redid World Generation, they fully patched out, basically, floating islands. There'll be, like, 1 or 2 blocks. Not this. Not this! This is so strange. Because this is, like, very consistent floating island. Now, this here, this massive unit, technically connects... Or actually, this one doesn't. This one here is fully free-floating. But over here, right, we can go all the way. This part connects. So technically it could have generated. But, like, there's so many weird floating islands. And this isn't where the strangeness ends. But it does just keep going. And this is the only area that we have this floating island shenanigan. I'm going to sleep in one of the beds here, because I want to look at this with you guys. This is so interesting to me. And you can see why then, like, this generation shouldn't happen. You can see why I would, in one of those sort of creepypasta videos, why I would be looking at this in a very different way. But the seed, normal seed, you guys, if you want it, take a look at it. I don't think I have any mods that are affecting World Generation. I shouldn't be. I shouldn't do. Yeah, no, none of that. It's an extra. Yeah, that's a library. Library. Yeah, nothing should be affecting World Generation. So this should be there if you guys load this up in vanilla. And it's so interesting because it kind of reminds me of, like, the Aether in a way. And it's really weird because I gotta take some hay bales because I am in desperate need of food. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That'll work. Is there a crafting table anywhere? I sort of don't want to destroy this place. There's not going to be a crafting table anywhere. Okay, there we go. So yeah, no, this is... You can see why if I was doing one of my usual, or not usual, I did this twice. If I was doing one of those sort of creepypasta videos, I would be looking at this in a very different way. Because this isn't supposed to be possible in Minecraft World Generation, right? And it's like, it's a full village. It's a relatively safe village, because it's not many blocks that zombies can actually spawn on. And it goes all the way out, right? Like, it's... Because villages, and you see this very apparently with certain savanna villages, because it's such a hilly region, villages generate on top of pre-existing land. This land would have had to exist already, and that becomes even more apparent when stuff happens where it goes over the water, and normally that would become a wooden dock or a wooden path, right? Like, that's how it generates. So this shouldn't be happening this way. Because modded structures, they will pick a point as like their starting point, and they'll sort of expand out from there. So you can have stuff like this. We've seen stuff like this with archaeologist huts and stuff like that in Fossils and Archaeology. If you've played other mod packs, you've probably seen similar things where it just generates weird, just because of how generation typically works for modded structures. But for vanilla Minecraft, the structures map themselves to the terrain, especially villages, which means that this terrain generated first, in theory. Unless I am misunderstanding something about Minecraft world generation, in theory, this terrain had to generate first. So it's so weird, and it's weirdly perfect. Ooh, I did not see this part before. Scratch that weirdly perfect comment. This is, like, strangely fractured, and it's really cool, and it could be really creepy if that was the frame of mind that I was in. Because and look at how high we are, right? Like, we're at 103. That's pretty high. We don't even see the ground. I think at this point we're over top of the water. And it's just like, it's such a weird generation, because I was over here earlier. First off, this shouldn't happen. It should continue down. Like, Minecraft will fill it in with cobblestone. And then we get this. And this is really weird. Because we have the house start generating. It's not like it's auto-corrected to the land below. It's just gone. It's so weird, because it seems like this all got cut off. And if we... The great thing about Zera's world map, we can highlight chunks. It just does cut off with the chunks there. But it's such weird generation, and it's really fascinating. I would love to build something here using this, but it is really weird. But it is so cool. I didn't realize we had, like, because that goes out nowhere. But some of it looks weirdly perfect. Right? Like, this just looks like floating islands that are supposed to exist. And the verticality is really weird and strange and shouldn't be happening like this. It's very... it's reminiscent of amplified world types. But then we get over here, and it's, like, shattered and fractured, and it's really quite something. Wait, what? We have trees over there. Okay, hold on. It's like, I can't get over there, but look at this. Look at this! It's so weird. It is so strange, and, like, none of it is generated. Oh, some of it is generated down here. What? So how did this happen, then? Are they chunked? Are they, like, not chunked? Are they grouped and it got messed up by the No. Because then that would have to happen way more often. What biome are we in? Because we're in a plains. Cherry Grove, Plains, Ocean. Oh, everything's all messed up over here. Huh. That's so weird. That is... Okay. I am fascinated by this. I am, like, trying hard not to go back into the whole creepypasta mindset and recording this like that, like we're investigating. But I might look into this later, because this is so unusual. I thought that it was just up like that, and that there was not... There is down here, too. So we are getting parts of it, like... But it's not like there's a gap here. There's just no path here. And none of this, right, this here, we are in ocean. We should be generating wooden planks. For sure. Like, that is Minecraft World Gen. Do I have a waypoint at another village that has water around it? No, I don't. I do not see one. Because over here might have some that goes across water. I know I don't need to prove what I'm talking about, because most of you watching this have played Minecraft or watched Minecraft before, and you've seen world generation around water for villages, and it does turn into planks. It's not over here. Nothing over here. Do I have any other village anywhere that I have a waypoint near? No water. I don't have a waypoint to this one. But look, actually, you know what? Okay. We know what Acacia Wood looks like on the minimap. There it is over some water. Right there. Right there, right? That is how that is supposed to work. And if we go here, I'm not going to because that's a long walk from the nearest waypoint. But, right, that is... We would see that maps to the terrain. And we see here, it maps to the terrain. So it's really, like, this one's really weird, but that's just because it's on this mountainside, so it's a very steep bit, and then up there is just normal. But it's so weird. And then this one, this other waypoint, Strange Generation. This one wasn't much. It was just... Is it still here? It is still here. We have some weird stuff going on with the vines. I don't know why I waypointed this. I think I was just in the headspace of waypointing weird stuff. Because, you know, it's just... Like, it's really... If this was not Minecraft Dinosaurs, if this was one of my creepypasta series where I looked at the Saturn seed and I looked at the orphanage one, I think is what it was, I would be doing this very differently. I would be way more focused on this. But that's not what we're here for. I am going to look into this seed. But if you guys want it, check it out. Apparently it's a cool seed. Our coordinates for that village are... Where is it? Where did I... Strange Village. Here we go. Edit. There's your coordinates. Go take a look. I'm curious if I have a mod that's messing with generation. I shouldn't do. We looked through it, right? I didn't see anything. Anyway. Getting back on track here. Maybe we go over there. Yeah, let's head down that way. We're getting the Edaphosaurus enclosure today. So they live, and this shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone. Or at least I don't think it should, just based off of their adaptations with the sail on their back and everything. They live in, swamps, and, like, humid, forested, swamp-like, habitats. So that's what we're going to try to recreate today. That's why I have the mangrove propagules. And we're just gonna build a swamp. I think I have a fun idea for this enclosure. We'll see if it actually works out. But it should be a fun one. So yeah, that was all the sidetracking I wanted to get done at the start of the episode. And to be fair, I would love to be getting more sidetracked with that, but I also want to build this enclosure, so we are going to do that. So if I head all the way down here, right? There is the mountain. That's a different village. No planks or water or anything. I don't know why I don't have a waypoint to that one. Yeah, we could take down a couple of trees over here. And it's turning to night, which is unfortunate. I think over here will make a good area. All right. This one's pretty simple, right? They're fairly gentle prehistoric creatures. They're herbivores. They're big. They're slow. Well, they're not that big actually. They're on the smaller side as far as prehistoric creatures go. That's just a symptom of their time. Bigger prehistoric creatures really started coming in the Jurassic era. Even the Triassic was home to a lot of smaller creatures as well. We're gonna sleep. Now we need to name those frogs too. And there's still a bunch of dinosaurs that I'm behind on naming. And we're getting 3 new prehistoric creatures today. As always, please leave name suggestions down in the comments below. I read all of them, because there aren't that many comments, so it's actually not that time consuming. So it's a pretty manageable thing. How do I want to do this? Okay. So yeah, let's get our enclosure going here, you know? It's weird shape, as always. Gotta make everything a weird shape. Or else, am I even building an enclosure in Minecraft Dinosaurs? I think, yeah, that one's a pretty regular shape, you know? That's pretty normal. That one is literally just a rectangle. Full circle. So, you know, I can do normal shapes. I just don't. It never happens, almost. Never happens. I did just prove that it does occasionally occur. Yeah, we should have enough fences. Yeah, that'll be fine, actually, yeah. And then bring this along, sort of matching the terrain a bit. We need a gate. Not making that mistake this time. Okay, so there'll be our gate. And then, on top of all of these, we put on a trap door. Why? Because I think it looks nice. Alright, I thought it would look nice, and I think I'm right. I do like how it looks. This has become a very easy enclosure to get into, but the main concern... Oh. Hopefully the animals can't do that. Hopefully the Dinosaurs... I don't even know if they can jump, honestly. Like, yeah, they'll be able to walk up blocks, but... I don't think they'll be able to do any more than that. You know, some mob, you'll see them, like, get to a corner and just start jumping. I don't think they'll do that. I don't think they can really jump like that. I have a second stack of these, yeah, good. Because we are running out. Okay. Convenient that I can jump onto these, because it just means that I can do that. Honestly, see, if I could do that on the inside and have it be secure, I would. But, oh, yeah, no, because now we have a pig in the enclosure. Okay, so we'll... Actually, no, because I don't want mobs getting in and attacking our Dinosaurs. Let's get our trees. There we go. Okay, it worked. I was gonna say, am I gonna have to break all that again? No, it's fine. That one is big. That is a big lad. Okay. And then we'll get a couple of the prehistoric trees in here. You are tiny. And you're not bad. You're pretty tall. Yeah. Okay, there we go. I do have a spare of the Calamity at the base. So, we need a mangrove, because I always need at least one, so that we don't have to go searching for them. To be fair, the propagules are pretty easy to get your hands on once you have at least one of them. But now we have it as a wood type. Crafting tables can go somewhere else. Crafting tables, statistically, can go in here. Not statistically, that's not the right word, but the sentiment is there. Okay, I'm actually here just for ferns. That's why I came back. I have some bone meal. We can bring some horsetails with us. Or, a horsetail. And a fern. There we go. Enclosure. There we go. There's some water nearby here? Yeah, there is. Oh. Yeah, we'll use that. No, I need two. Let's just go to the river. Let's not destroy the waterfall. We are also very close to an illager outpost. I don't think we have actually gone in it yet. Or else I have terrible memory, which is also an option. Alright, here we go. Back in here. Just fill this in. Am I gonna have to specifically fill in the mangrove roots? Is it gonna make me do that? I think it's gonna make me do that. How dare it? It's evil. That's fine. I don't actually mind that much. And then I don't have a water bottle anymore. I don't know when I lost that. But I don't have one. So I might have to go craft one so that we can get mud going. Where do I want one? Let's go over here. Under here. Yeah, that should be good. Horsetail. Use all my bone meal. Where did they all go? We only have 2. Can the Adaphosaurus eat the propagules? Because then they'll like definitely have a source of food between the ferns and the propagules. I need that to grow a bit so that I can take one for storage. So, might as well get a water bottle. That waypoint there that I'm looking at, the one that says frogs. Bet you can't guess what I found there. Nope, I did not find frogs there. I found a lot of sheep. Also frogs, but that's unrelated. That's, you know, we can ignore that. We can ignore it. For the sake of this joke, we can ignore that. This very bad joke. I'm gonna update this now. If one of them dies really young, I can fix it. It's the same amount of effort. Okay. We have bottles. We have time for that to grow, which these do not connect completely. Yep, this is as noisy as I remember at the end. Actually, it feels like it's been a while since I've put a bunch of mud in an enclosure. I don't know how long we've been missing the glass bottles for now that I think about it. It's been a while. Do not miss this noise at all. I was hoping, and I'm going to, right, I'm definitely just gonna, like, I want to get a bit of mud, reaching out probably like this far on this side, and then being thinner on all the other sides. There. Beautiful. Beautiful. This is getting somewhere. I did not need all 3 bottles. Realistically, that was a waste of carrying. Because it crafted all 3. I can't really avoid that. But I didn't need to bring all 3. It's sort of a waste of inventory space. Okay. It's getting to night. I feel like we can finish the mud, though. We're pretty safe in here. Nothing can really get in. So unless something spawns in here or we have to deal with a skeleton, I'm not too concerned, all things considered. There we go. And then water bottle. All of it. Wish there was an easier way to do this. I also wish there was an easier way to make packed mud. Because every time I need packed mud, I need lots of it, and it is a whole process. Where's the rest of my dirt? Over here. Nope, that's not where you need to be. That's where you need to be. Okay. I guess I really didn't need to do that one on... Or, you know what? There. And then after we sleep so that it's day, because it needs to be warm for the eggs to hatch, we can get our new Adaphosauruses, and hopefully you guys can come up with names for them, or, as always, literally anything else. So many things are unnamed. Just leave a suggestion if, by some off chance, you choose something that we have named all of the members of its species that we currently have in the world. I'll write it down for when we get a new one, because at some point we will get another. It'll happen, I assure you. There we go. And do we have a fern? Not yet, that's fine. We will go home, we will sleep, we will bring some bone meal with us so that I don't have to wait forever. And then we will get our Adaphosauruses in their new home. Bone meal... Nope. So just take a couple bones. Oh, also, I was... where is it? I'm just gonna teleport to it. Where is the waypoint for it? Other temple. We're getting sidetracked again. I don't know how many times it's been now. I found this temple while exploring, and you can see what I was talking about with the way that mods tend to generate their structures, just cutting into the world. So I was exploring, I found this, I hopped in, thinking that it was just like the one that we found before, and I fully looted it. Right, went through all the chests, took everything. Some mildly interesting loot. We got some... Nope, that was not what I needed. Some bones, some other stuff. We got 10 of these. It changed the texture of the tooth dagger. I like the old one better. That's a personal preference thing. And then we got down here. Down here, we have these corners that I didn't even look in. Okay. And we have pressure plates. Oh! That one actually shot something. I gotta say, we had some others over here. They didn't shoot anything. I also didn't know that there were chests over here, though. I thought that all the chests were missing. Like, that those ones didn't generate for whatever reason. Oh, there's so much stuff here that I missed. I'm glad I came back. This is how we got the bones, by the way, if you were curious. Is that all of them? But what we also found over here, and we have no conceivable use for it because of waypoints, there was a lodestone here, along with some blocks of gold. I'm going to drop this stuff off, and then we'll go and get everything done in the enclosure. I know I keep putting things off, I apologize. Alright. Storage. You go in storage, you go in storage, you go down there. You just go there. Saplings go in there. Logs go in there. Mob drops go in here. Gold goes in here. Obsidian goes here. Gotta love the organization system. Ignore this. Gotta love the organization system. Alright. It didn't grow up enough. That's fine. That's fine. Just get these guys in. We'll get them in over here so that I don't have to worry about them eating my... Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. So that I don't have to worry about them eating my fern before it grows, because then I won't have a fern and I'll have to get bio goo and stuff, and it'll just... So much effort, for a single... Actually, no, I won't. I can just go get a fern from a different enclosure. Never mind, it wouldn't actually be that big of an issue. Like, it's still inconvenient. But not as big of an issue as I thought it would be. I'm overreacting. 25%. There we go. Explosion. Leave one there. Bring one back for storage. Yeah, it's a fun enclosure. I like it. It's very simple. But I kind of like the railing thing that I got going on. I was worried that you wouldn't really be able to see over it, and I was originally going to use slabs. I don't think you would have been able to see over it if I did. But using the trapdoors, it sort of works out. Now, unless they changed it in the mod for some reason and made these guys carnivores, the pig should be safe. So if you guys want to name the pig, go ahead, I guess. We have another pig that needs to be named back at our base, and I would recommend that we do them first, but I'm not picky. If you guys want to name something, you can name it. I will not stop you. Ooh, okay. There we go. That's a more secure thing over here than I thought it was. And that's all. The pig hasn't escaped. I don't think they're going to escape. The pig became an accidental test run, really, of the security that we have going on here. And unless they can climb, I don't think that'll be a concern. I do wish we had some more horsetails, but also it's kind of not terrible having it a bit more calm in terms of, like, how much stuff is covering everything. Oh, okay, we're gonna be over here. I was gonna put around a couple more ferns, but we got our babies coming. 3 Adaphosauruses. I don't want to look in the book. Yes! Hello, you are tiny. And your sail is so small. Hi. Next pilot, you're male. You're male. And you're male. That is statistically unlikely. And that time that was used correctly. I mean, like, really, what are the odds? Right, okay. In theory, it's a 50-50 on whether or not it'll be a male or a female. Because, although it does, I think, it doesn't even say gender. Just lists the sex. I was gonna say, I think one version, they did list it as gender, but they were like, this is the sex of the animal. So yeah, in this mod, there are 2 sexes, male and female. We do not have intersex dinosaurs. But we got, so it's a 50-50 shot, right? With 2, you should have a male and a female. But there is a chance that both of them end up being the same thing. So, with 3, you feel like that's a pretty safe bet. I got 3 males. So these guys, well, they're gonna love each other. Either as friends, lovers, or family. I don't know. Not really my problem. They can exist however they want. And unfortunately, I believe that is all the time we have for today. So, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope you have an amazing day, and goodbye.